Hello everyone, this is Deepa. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll learn about variables in C++. So we'll cover the following topics: variable in C++, variable declaration, variable initialization, variable naming rules, or you can say variable rules. So before understanding the variables, let's try to understand one real-time example. For example, if you have a car and you want to park the car in your society, so builder will allocate or reserve one car parking against your flat number, and that reserve car parking will be named with your flat number as shown in this figure. Similarly, we need to reserve the memory slots to store the values, and once we store this value can be accessed within in our application whenever needed, and we can process these values. We give name to these memory slots, and these names are nothing but the variable names. For example, roll number, name, grade, division and percentage, all these are the variable names, and respective values are stored into the memory slots. So what is a variable? Variable is a name given to the memory location where we can store the values. It's clear right now. And these values which are stored in the memory can be accessed and processed during the execution of a program. Let's have an example. Int count is equals to 10. So int is a data type we will study in the next session, and this is a count name of a variable, and 10 is a value we are storing into this particular variable. When we declare a variable int count is equals to 10, as soon as the compiler executes this statement, it allocates the memory slot in the memory, and the name given to this memory slot is count, the name of a variable, and the value is 10, so that value it gets stored into the memory slot. Variable declaration versus variable initialization. So what is a variable declaration? We need to declare a variable before using it in our program. At the time of declaration, we need to specify the data type and name of the variable. Type means data type, whether it's integer, float, string, and name of a variable. Once we define the variable or once we declare the variable, memory space will get allocated to that variable where we can store the values for the future use. Okay, here is the syntax: data type and name of the variable. Data type means just now we have talked about. It's an integer, float, character, string, whatever it may be, and the name of a variable. Example here is int is a data type and count is a name of a variable. So as soon as compiler execute this statement, the memory space get allocated for this particular variable name. Now we'll understand what is a variable initialization. So variable initialization means assigning an initial value to the declared variable. Here is an example: int count is equals to 12. So what we have done over here is we have declared a variable and initialized the variable at the same time. Means int count is equals to 12. We have assigned this value 12 to that variable count in the same line. Here is one file I have written, variables.cpp. Give the proper name to your file so you will be able to understand what is the functionality of that file. Okay, again within in this just write down the comments, purpose of this functionality or purpose of the code. Now what is the purpose of our code is declaration and initialization of variable. So we have written the comment on the top of the program. Now we'll come here and we'll write down the comment. Here is variable declaration. So comments are not get executed by compiler, and it's for our understanding only. Now int. Okay, so once this variable declaration comment is done, we'll declare variables here: int roll number, string name, and division. So division will be character, char div. These are the variables which we have declared. Once the compiler execute these statements, It reserves the memory slots for roll number, string and division depending upon the data type. So data type we'll cover in the next video. Now we'll assign the values to these variables. Roll number is equals to 101, the name is equals to Kia, and division is equals to A. So these all the respective values I have assigned into these variables. Now we'll print these values. Cout is used to display the text on screen. Roll number, name of a variable, and end L. It will end this line. Then name is a name of a variable, name is, and this name is a name of a variable. Cout division is name of a variable div, and return. Now here, so we'll run this program, Control S, save and run this program. The result will be displayed on this terminal. So you can see here, roll number 101, name is Kia and division is A. Means we have declared variable here, we have assigned values here, and we have used values over here. So you understood how to declare the variable, how to assign the values to the variable, and how to use the variables. Right. Now we'll see the variable initialization. So for initialization, we don't need this part. So what we need to do is, at the time of declaration, we can initialize the value. Here only we can assign the values to these variables, and division is A, or we can change the division B, or we'll change the roll number. Control S and run the program. So we can see the result over here. Roll number is 1011, name is Kia and division is B. So I hope you understood the concept of variable declaration and variable initialization. At the time of declaration, we assign the value, that is initialization. The last point is variable naming rules, or variable rules we can say. The first rule is, name can consist of alphabet, digits and underscore. Okay, the name of a variable can consist of alphabets. So these are the alphabets. Can consist of numbers. We can say roll number 1, name 1. Okay, or we can give the underscores here. Within in this you can give underscore roll number, for example first underscore name, like this, or you can give the underscore at the starting of the variable. So basically in our programming, while writing the projects, we start the variables with the underscore, which are local variables, just to identify those are the local variables. White space and special characters are not allowed. White space means space like this is not allowed. You can see it's showing the error or red line under this variable name. So this is not allowed. Again, you cannot give the special characters. It will show you the error, right? You can see this error. Third point, first character must be alphabet or underscore. We have seen this alphabet and this is underscore. So if we try to give the number at the starting, it's giving error. It's fine if we give the numbers at the end or in between, it's okay. Variable name must be case sensitive. Marks and capital marks are two different variable names. CHAR div is equals to B. So this div variable and this div variable are the two different variables, and separate memory will be get allocated to these two variables to store these values. Variable name should be descriptive and meaningful. As I have told you, always give the proper names to your variables. If we write A, B, C, then in future you will not be able to understand what is the value 101 stored in this variable A. But if you say roll number, then you will be clear that yes, this value is nothing but the roll number. This Kia is name. So for this reason, you should give the proper names to your variables, proper names to your files, and that name should be self-explanatory. Avoid single letters. So just now I have shown ABC, what it means. Avoid reserved keywords. So we'll cover this point in the keywords section. So as of now, make sure you will not use keywords. So for example, this is a keyword, this is a keyword, Okay, namespace is a keyword. So all these are the keywords we cannot use as a name of a variable. For example, character will not be able to write, it's showing an error because this has a special meaning to character. So this is all about variable, variable declaration, variable initialization and variable rules. If you have any queries, let me know. I will reply you back. If you like this video, please share with your friends and subscribe it. In the next video, we will learn about the data types. Until then, keep coding. Bye bye.